Shalom, shalom. I want to give all praise and honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Ruach Wadash. Yahweh is the Most High, the Heavenly Father, and Yahweh Shai is the Messiah, the only begotten Son of the Heavenly Father, which these are the true names, the exclusive names of the Most High, and His only begotten Son in the ancient Hebrew tongue, which is the Lashon Kodash, the holy language which the Heavenly Father have given us in these last days to call upon His true name and Son's true name in spirit and in truth. Also want to give double honors to the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the upcoming elders which rule well and teach well of great millstone. I want to give peace and blessings unto the elect, the house of David, the 144,000 elect men, whoever you may be, and salute shalom to the fellow laborers which testify of Yahweh Shai and that published His word. My name is Zachariah, and the focus of this lesson is ultimately surrounding this pursuit that this current administration have, to utilize the Defense Production Act to enhance coil production in the United States. And the reason why I'm touching on this is because this will ultimately connect to Esau's AI infrastructure, his digital system, and his digital beast system. Because you need coil for energy. I'm going to read some of this. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. I'm going to get a couple of prophecies. It says, yes, on April 8th, President Donald Trump announced plans to utilize the Defense Production Act to enhance coil production in the United States. This statement aligns with his signing of executive orders aimed at revitalizing the coil industry, which he describes as a key component of achieving American energy and AI dominance. So this is leading to Esau building up his digital system, which is ultimately going to snare you people, cover you people up like a rap, man. But it's going to be a digital prison, a digital entrapment, which we speculated, starting with the elder apostles, prophets, on down. They have been prophesying for years concerning the a digital system, a digital payment system, where the old is done away with and the new is established, when it, surrounding, biometrics, again, digital payments, AI, and the main instrument that's going to be used, surrounding that, when it comes to that is what? The MOTB, the charagma, the mark of the beast mentioned in the book of Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 to verse 18. Where it speaks about Esau causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, which is a real, which will be a real piece of material, technological material, a microchip, a micro C-hit. And he will cause many to receive this thing. And that will be an instrument to buy and sell, to be connected, to be tapped in to that system in some way, some form, And Esau have been, talking about, great, he been, announcing great budgets, great investments for this AI infrastructure. So just one more step to this form of dominance, which is ultimately when this thing is when these prophecies come, Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, when that prophecy come, you people, You're going to witness in real time your freedom, your privacy being stripped away. Because this is going to be a trend, a fashion of this new world order. A way, a direction that many will take. So let's continue reading. It says the initiative includes measures to expedite coil leases on federal lands, streamline permitting processes, and reduce regulatory burdens on coil-related activities. It says Trump emphasized that these actions would leverage the DPA, a Cold War era law historically used to prioritize industrial production for national security, to turbocharge coal mining and ensure a robust domestic energy supply. This move is part of a broader strategy to meet rising energy demands, particularly from sectors like artificial intelligence, while reducing reliance on foreign resources. So Esau, he's in pursuit. He's on the move. He's on the move, man. I searched up how this can relate to AI. It says President Trump's plan to use the Defense Production Act to boost coal production ties into artificial intelligence. Through the lens of energy demand, AI technologies, particularly large-scale models and data centers. And we speculate that the MOTB, the Charagma, those instruments, those real piece of technological material will be ultimately connected, to those data centers. And I ain't no, a tech guy, I'm not really big into that. I'm just blowing the trumpet, It says require immense amounts of power to operate. As AI continues to expand, driving innovation in industries, research, and infrastructure, the energy grid faces increasing pressure to supply reliable, affordable electricity. Trump's announcement explicitly links coal production to American energy and AI dominance, suggesting that revitalizing the coal industry is a strategic move to fuel this growth. Again, it's speculated that there will be, AI has to come in hand in hand with Revelation chapter 13, verse 16 to verse 18. And this will also be a thing that Esau will use to promote it as well. It's something secure. This way, this fashion, it's secure, it's reliable. It's AI protected. Which, let's get some scriptures real quick. Let's go to the book of which nothing prepared. We could get Salakia. Well, we could get Limitation. This is one of my favorite scriptures. Not Limitation, Jeremiah, Salakia. Verse 11. It says, moreover, the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Jeremiah, what seest thou? And I said, I see a rod of an almond tree. And that was symbolic. That was symbolic. The Lord showing Jeremiah an almond tree. That was symbolic of the Lord basically hastening his word to perform it. When you go into that word almond, in fact, we could go into it now. It's from the Hebrew word shaked.
Strong's H8247. Shaked.
So the almond tree or nut as being the earliest in bloom. So the almond tree is one of the earliest, one of the first trees to bloom during winter, during the start of winter. So it's symbolic for what? Let's go down here to the Genesis Hebrew Chaldee lexicon. So it says the almond tree, so called because of all trees, it is the first to arouse and wake from the sleep of winter. So that's symbolic of the Lord awakening these prophecies, fulfilling his word which has been, metaphorically, resting, if you understand what I mean. It's been inactive. These prophecies has been, are thousands years old, man. Thousands years old, man. Right, but we're coming to a time where the Lord is going to awaken them. The Lord is going to activate them. So it says, so called because of all the trees, it is the first to arouse and wake from the sleep of winter, where allusion is made to the significance of haste and adore. Yeah. And when it comes to these prophecies, this word, these scriptures, it comes with the power of the Lord. It's aligned with the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So when you think about it, that's the Lord getting active. That's the Lord, moving. The Lord working. In accordance or according to his word to fulfill it, man. You got different spirits, for those who are in the know. I don't want to go too deep into it, but the Lord has different spirits and angels sealing the Lord's instruction into the mind of man, into the spirit of man, that they may do what the Lord wanted them to do, that his word may be fulfilled. So you think about Trump, this administration, the Lord's hand is all up in that. The Lord got Esau working, that prophecy may be fulfilled. So it's symbolic of haste and adore. So the Lord showing Jeremiah that almond tree. Verse 12, it says, then said Yahweh unto me, thou hast well seen, for I will hasten my word to perform it. So Esau is working. He's making moves behind scenes we may not see. That may not be showed as much as other reports and news, right? But Esau is working. Above him, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is doing what he's doing. And this word is effectual. From there I want to go to Isaiah real quick. Let's get Isaiah chapter 32. Isaiah chapter 32, verse 7. It says, the instruments of the churl, also of the churl, are evil. So his different schemes, man. Right now he's disrupting his own economy, his own market, you know. And soon he's going to completely make this thing fail, that he may possibly establish anew, you know. But I'm going to close off on that. You know, I'm ready to get to work. All praise and honor and glory be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Shalom.